Hey guys, Todd Durkin here. I'm up at the TRX Headquarters in San Francisco, California. Happen to be in the area, and I want to come by and see my friends. My man, Dan McDonogh. Dan, what's happening?
I'm good, buddy. Always good to see you.
Always great to see you, Dan. And of course, Pete Holman. Pete is the founder, creator of the RIP Trainer. So today, I want to see your favorite moves. Just one. I know you have a lot. One favorite move on the suspension trainer. And of course, we're going to the Yoda of the RIP Trainer, Pete Holman.
It's going to be hard. You know that.
Good. I want hard because all of our TRX friends are. We're not looking for easy. We don't want like simple. We want to go to the next level. We're talking MVP performances.
So beauty before age.
Whatever it takes.
All right.
So what we got, Dan? If you can share with our listeners our favorite suspension trainer.
Yes, the favorite exercise I've been working with lately for mobility and kind of prep for people's workout is working on ankle mobility, hip mobility, and lighting up the posterior chain. It's called the squat from the bottom up.
Squat from the bottom up.
So I like that, because what we're doing here by leaning back is we're unloading the lower body and putting a little bit into the upper body. So we're going to lower the hips towards the heels. Then we're going to use the handles just to pull ourselves into extension and just leaning back. So what we're doing here is we're warming up the ankles through dorsiflexion and plantar flexion. And then after the third rep, we're just going to stop in the middle and kind of surf from side to side and do this kind of gorilla stomp movement, allowing the feet to come a little bit wider in the hips. So focusing on the squat from the bottom up to make sure we've got weight through the big toe and the heel. And then from here, we're going to extend the arms overhead, find those masses and spaces, and then drive up standing by pressing the knuckles back. We're going to lean back, hack squat down, pull myself into extension, extend the arms overhead, and stand back up nice and tall. So hips, ankles, and posterior chain.
Well, very good. But Dan, let's do it one time for 30 seconds. Let's give it a shot. 30 seconds of it. Let's just not talk about it. Let's do it. So one of the things Dan talked about, he's in the half squat position. I love working ankle mobility. Most of our clients that we work with, that you work with, typically have some stiffness in the ankles. And stiffness in the ankles can lead to pain in the knees, the hips, the lower back, all the way up in the whole biomechanical chain. Now Dan has some great mobility. You can see here in flexibility. I like the fact that he's starting slow and he's building that up to a nice comfortable speed. I love the mobility I see in the ankles, of course in the glute hip region right here, and then check out the pec, the whole chest.
You see those pecs?
I love that. They're not big, but they're flexible. I like that. Right, now we'll work on the sides coming up next with the Holman, you know what I'm saying? So here we go. We're going squat, low to high. And again, one of the best exercises right here, this is what Dan's working on. And again, you are right here live in the trenches, learning some of the think tank, so to speak, what they're working on, and they share with us trainers. So fantastic. I like it. The name of that exercise again for our listeners?
It's called the TRX squat from the bottom up, and then to an overhead squat.
You haven't even seen that yet before today, but I'm here and we're getting after it. Right. So that's the TRX suspension trainer. Now let's go to the RIP trainer. Pete, what do we have?
We got a RIP Samurai Strike.
Samurai Strike? What? Samurai Strike? Like, all right, go ahead. Oh, no, they're not standing right.
Hey, what's Bruce Lee's favorite tag?
I don't know. Samurai Strike. Here we go. So we have the RIP trainer, the Samurai Strike coming from the one, the only Pete Holman. What do we got going on?
Stand side facing, and your power hand's going to be palm up, base hand, palm down. And what we're going to do is get in this symmetrical stance, but you're going to end up kind of stepping forward with the front foot. Okay, so it's a step. As we step, we're going to strike. And what a strike is you're accelerating the end of the bar. So I'm pulling with my base hand towards my stomach, extending with my power hand towards the target, and then we add a step. Okay, driving off the rear foot, and that is your RIP Samurai Strike.
And one of the things that you see when Pete's doing this nice and slow is you see right here he's going to just pivot off the ball of the foot. That's going to allow him to activate the gluteal. So we do a lot of single leg movement. You think about sport, you think about our trainers, our friends, our consumers that are actually working out. It's really important to work on the glutes and the hips. This is working a glute, hip, core. We're going to go for about 20 seconds. Pete, let's go a little showtime.
I'm an old man, come on.
Let's go. You can go horizontal, you can go diagonal action, a little smile on his face, having some fun. You can put a little bag in there and have a little bit of bag. Good. 5, 4, 3, come on, Holman, let's go, baby. Same time, relax. Now, don't start at that speed. We're talking about a master here who's worked with us for many, many years in developing this. Start slow, and remember, I always talk about the recoil effect. So when you strike nice and hard with the Samurai Strike, the harder you strike, it's going to also retract. And part of the beauty about this is you're working on eccentric training as well as concentric. So start slow and allow your clients to just feel the mobility and the movement in the body so that, again, in sport, and whether it be a quarterback, whether it be a baseball player, whether it be a lacrosse player, you name it, okay? Everyone trains with rotation and has rotation as part of it. So the samurai strike. Anything to add as far as the value of the samurai strike by Pete Holman? Anything else?
Anything to add as far as another exercise?
Besides he's tired. That's what I want him to talk after that.
That's just it. It's good metabolic, kind of gas the tank at the end of a workout too.
Great job on that.
Awesome.
So 2 exercises right there to help you. Number 1, start from the ground up. And when you work on ankle mobility, it will help your overall performance. And what we showed today with Dan and one of his favorite exercises, starting slow, working on the mobility from the ankles all the way up to the massive chest that he showed off. And then with Pete, all the way from the samurai strike, again, a very functional movement. If you want to really work on sequencing, do both of those back to back. 20 seconds apiece, 3 or 4 rounds of that, and that's going to be a fantastic metabolic conditioning workout. So live right now from the TRX Headquarters in San Francisco, you have 2 of the newest, greatest, latest exercise all the way with my man Dan and Pete Holman. Peace, God bless, we'll see you soon.